Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, aka the True Prince of Pro, and today is day 3 of Jack Pollock week. As a reminder, there is a show this Sunday, June 14th, that is a benefit show for Jack Pollock's hip replacement surgery. You can donate directly to him through the code on the screen or in the description down below. And today we are talking about the night Jack Pollock joined Team Storm. The year was 2016. And as Jack Pollock was finishing up the final chapter of his career at PWX, there was two men over at IWC named Jaxon Argos and RC Dupree, collectively known as Team Storm, who were trying to make a name for themselves, and they would target the face of IWC, Andrew Palace, and they would challenge him to a ladder match on December 10th, 2016 at Winner Takes All, in which where they win, they will earn contracts to the promotion. And that is where our story begins. The match would start, and Team Storm would try to use their numbers game to their advantage, but Andrew Palace was able to fight out of it with a flurry of strikes, and he even dropped RC Dupree with a German suplex. Andrew Palace would go for his running punch into the corner on Jaxon Argos, but Argos would escape to the floor. Palace would follow him, but Argos would rake the eyes of Palace, and when he went to send Palace into the guardrail, Palace would reverse it and send Jaxon Argos into the guardrail. Then Palace would hit Jaxon Argos with a running punch that sent Argos flying over the guardrail and into the crowd. Andrew Palace would stop RC Dupree from bringing a ladder into the ring and then hit him with a couple of big chops. Team Storm would gain the advantage when Jaxon Argos would spit a drink into Andrew Palace's face, and then Team Storm would continue to pummel Andrew Palace on the outside of the ring. Team Storm would line Andrew Palace up on a ladder and then slam him into it, repeatedly back first. Team Storm would bring a ladder into the ring, but Andrew Palace would slingshot the ladder up into their faces. Andrew Palace would line an open ladder between the legs of Team Storm and drive it into them with a dropkick. Palace would whip RC Dupree face first into a ladder and then slingshot Jaxon Argos over the ropes onto a ladder on the mat. Jaxon Argos would chop block Andrew Palace and attempt to climb the ladder, but he would get hit with an electric chair drop. Palace would hit RC Dupree with a snap German suplex and go for the hernia driver, but Jaxon Argos would hit Palace with a chair to the back. Jaxon Argos puts the chair on Andrew Palace's throat and RC Dupree bulldogs him onto the chair. Palace picks up a chair, but Jaxon Argos smashes that chair with another chair right into his face. Team Storm crushes Andrew Palace with multiple corner splashes into a ladder. Then Team Storm would hit Palace with a wheelbarrow splash onto the ladder. RC Dupree would climb the ladder, but Palace would push Argos into him, knocking them both down. Team Storm goes to throw Palace into a ladder, but he blocks it and hits him with a sliced bread out of a corner. Andrew Palace starts swinging the ladder like crazy, hitting both Jaxon Argos and RC Dupree. Palace hits Argos with a drop toe hold onto a chair and then curb stomps him onto that chair. Palace ducks a clothesline and hits RC Dupree with a drop kick into the ladder and follows that up with the hernia driver. Just when Andrew Palace thinks he's about to win, the lights go out, and that's when Jack Pollock arrives and he drops Palace with a big boot, thus making the jump to IWC. Pollock would beat down Palace in the ring as Argos and Dupree were re-entering the ring. With Pollock directing traffic, Argos and Dupree pick up Palace and drill him with a powerbomb through the ladder in the corner. Argos and Dupree drag Palace to the center of the ring as Jack Pollock sets up the ladder over his body, climbs the ladder, and grabs the contract, earning them all a spot in IWC. Jack Pollock arriving in IWC and joining Team Storm was one of the biggest game-changing moments in Pittsburgh wrestling and would lead to a legendary run for Team Storm that we'll learn more about in the next video. Thank you for tuning in to day 3 of Jack Pollock week, and I look forward to talking more classic Jack Pollock memories with you in the next video.